Hello and welcome to the Trojan Esports Showcase Series sponsored by TD Insurance, Lenovo Esports, and Manulaife Financial. We've got a best of 7 series for you here today between BENAUTUS and Zach. And here with me, I've got Mike is my Ike. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Austin, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me along. I'm looking forward to getting things going. It should be fun.
Yep, indeed. I think we're just waiting on our players to get on their respective sides to kick things off here. And what would you say is your favorite part of a 1v1, Mike?
Oh, there is no favorite part of a 1v1. 1v1 is a cruel mistress, and she'll punish you at every opportunity. It really is the task of keeping yourself in line and not getting yourself too beat up. So you got to stay on top of that, and if you can do it, you can outlast your opponent. So let's see who's going to have the better end of that today.
Yeah, I share those sentiments as well. Definitely don't dip my toes into those waters as much as I maybe should improve some mechanical skills, but I am no glutton for self-pain. But we're going to start things off here. We've got BENAUTUS going in for
what an angle.
wall-to-air shot already. Putting it in.
Yeah, that's just precision from the corner. You don't even see that shot very often, 2s or 3s. Just no fear from this guy right off the bat. That's incredible.
And Gecko definitely going to need to keep on that defensive positioning against BENAUTUS here.
BENAUTUS again with a clear kickoff win. Same spot as last time. Does he go for the same shot? Off the ceiling this time. Unable to make contact.
Very fancy moves here coming from BENAUTUS. Good defensive positioning on that ball. Good shadowing.
Just takes it away to the other side, grabs some boost, collects himself, and tries to go for another play off the wall. Just dancing it in with the air, goes for a flip reset. Unable to get under it quite enough. Gecko on a counter attack. Can he get around it?
Very good attempt there. But a decent chance coming out of Zach. You know, seeing the freestyle moves here of BENAUTUS, definitely going to shake a little bit of confidence out of your person there. But
well, Zach got caught a little bit too far off there. He's looking to push in. Ben gets it around him quite easily. He's looking for that early challenge, not realizing Ben can just turn underneath it right away. He's deflect 2-0 with the minute gone.
We'll see what happens at the kickoff here. Coming in straight down the barrel. Will be a decent 50 here. One by Zach. Looks like he's going to position himself for somewhat of a double tap, but is unable to get that off.
Went for the backflip flake on that one. Ben doesn't buy it. He says, not today. That's another aerial from midfield. Catches it for the doink, but well defended by Zach.
Yeah, very good challenge there out. But he will put the ball a little bit high over the crossbar there, giving full control over to BENAUTUS, who will pop it in 3-0 here with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to go.
A little unfortunate there. Zach really needed to put that one away, and then on top of that, his recovery bounced off the wall. Backflip, a little slow getting back. All day for Ben to put that one away.
Hopefully we don't see this game slip away too far from Zach, but it is a best-of-7 series, so lots of time to adjust to individual play styles. That might just go off the post here, and it will.
You sent Zach flying on the recovery after that.
Decent bump there.
Back. Yeah. Oh, mistouched by Zach. Falls to mid. Ben, is he able to get around it? Another flip reset attempt. Now you're just showing off, Ben. He still has time, though. It doesn't matter. I think Zach took himself a little too far out of the play going for that wall clear.
Indeed. You know, if you really send it 100% up that wall, you are going to be up there for a while. You can do as much as you can to make sure you land on all 4 tires, but at the end of the day, you're out of the play.
You're on the other side of the field, and the ball's in your net.
We got good control here from BENAUTUS. Already going up for maybe a flip reset, but he will just put it straight down towards it. And we'll go off the corner, giving full control over to Zach here, but he will get challenged.
Oh, looking for the corner boost. Goes too wide for it. Yeah, Ben just puts it up and over. Zach really needed to get that boost pad and just turns around. He could have even just made a touch there. He doesn't need to go for it, but Ben has all day for that shot again.
Yeah, I think if you were to have shadowed that ball and stuck with the player instead of kind of gone around for that boost, even with the boost, it would have put yourself in a bad position to recover, even after a save here. So 5-0 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and we've got Ben already positioning for another goal and
Doomsday dish.
not able to secure that save. Zach, unfortunately, providing the lever to put that ball into his own net.
I think that was going in either way. That's 3 times now we've seen Ben win the kill directly into the left-hand corner, and at least 2 times converted right away with it.
Indeed, I
looking
think
for fake kickoff, but Ben just too clinical in the air, takes full advantage of that right away. But Zach on the counterattack gets a chance here.
Decent chance there. Good positioning from BENAUTUS, who will just kind of wait in net for this here. This is some of the first offensive pressure we've had from Zach this matchup here.
And the first shot from the corner. Oh, puts it just wide. Recollects the ball in the corner. Zach, no fear, pushes out. Did he go a little too far again? He's able to get back in time.
Good defensive recovery there from maybe not following up on that ball off the wall, able to come back, but it doesn't help him at all. BENAUTUS just in full control of this match here, 7-0. I think at this point you just try to learn from your opponent and you know, figure out what strategy you might be able to employ in the next couple rounds here.
At this point, Ben's just had full control of the ball for the 90% of the match. Like, he just takes it to the air, and Zach is unable to touch him in any attempt. So even if he doesn't put it on the net, he just gains control of the ball again right away. And when you're mismatched in ranks, like I believe these 2 players are, you really just see how big of a skill level there is between the different ranks. And it's something you don't realize when you're playing ranks, because you're always playing against someone around your level. You're winning half the games, you're losing half the games, and sometimes kind of badly. So when you get a pairing like this, you get a chance to show your skills and how much higher you might have come.
Oh, I agree with those sentiments exactly. That was that was somewhat disrespectful. Just a little bit of heat being thrown Zach's way here. But I do share those sentiments as well. You know, back in 2016, 2017, from a skill level perspective, I was nowhere near where I am now, and I thought I was really good at the game. But now you're kind of even at the level that I'm at. Yeah, this is getting bloody.
I was just looks like Zach was trying to go for a fast kickoff there, but if you're off, I mean, just a tiny little bit, you leave an open goal on it. They're really hard to do. I even don't try those kickoffs. They're just too risky, especially in the 1v1 setting. But I guess if you're down by 10, you know what risk, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at this point, Zach's just trying to get a decent idea of where he can try to maybe get a few in here and there. But I think the difference in mechanical skill here is really going to set these 2 players apart. But moments of learning and opportunities to improve.
Yeah, at this point, the game's lost already, so you're just trying to maybe shake off the stream nerves, get yourself grounded, and see what you can do.
Here we'll have Zach maybe go back for some boost for some defensive positioning. Ben in full control with this freestyle.
Takes it off the post, but I don't think that one's going to quite make the highlight reel.
No, that in itself was a bit sloppy from BENAUTUS here, but I think he's done more than his fair share to prove that he definitely deserves this win.
You know what? No, that's not good enough, Ben. I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. If you're not putting that directly into the net, I don't think it should count.
Yeah, unless I see a musty flip with a double tap, I'm not impressed.
All right, let's see it, Ben. Well, he's going for the flip reset. He gets it, but he doesn't get the touch he wants. At this point, Zach is just waiting for him to miss and take a counterattack going the other way. And I mean, in 1v1s, you usually don't see a lot of aerial skill like this. Like, it's usually a ground game. You're getting control of the ball. You're flicking it. If you take it in the air like that, and your opponent's not expecting it, you don't know how to defend it, right? It's
exactly
very difficult to adapt to that, especially if you haven't seen it very often. Wow, that was good. There you go, Ben. That one counts.
Yes, that there with that flip, most experienced players would get faked out by that. Already in the air, but too low to make that save. So at 16 seconds here. This game basically a write-off. We'll say the series is at 1-0 for BENAUTUS here.
I think he can come back. Come on, Zach. You can do it. Last goal wins, right?
Love the optimism from you, Mike, but maybe BENAUTUS gives him one here.
Misses the opportunity. That's all right. 0-second dribble, keeping it up. This is just disrespect. All right, go get him, Zach. Go get him. Boom. Oh, the own goal.
Doesn't even allow the man to score his own goal. 12-1 will finish up this first match in this best-of-7 series between Zach and BENAUTUS.
Yeah, not really sure what else to say. Well, I did say last goal wins, so I think we give that one to Zach. Is that how it works? Well, I guess no, Ben.
From a participation award, maybe.
So yeah,
I think at this point, it's going to be a pretty despaired situation for Zach going forward. But hopefully, we can see some improvements happen in game 2.
Yeah, so we've set the benchmark now. We've got our target. So any game you play and you're lower than that, you're good. Oh, you only gave up 10 goals that game? That's a win.
Only 10. We'll shrink it back down to around maybe half of that by next game, and really see who the true improved player is at the end of the day.
Yeah, with Ben's skill level going off the walls and he's seeing players these flipper sets, Zach really can't afford to just give him the kickoff control like this. He got burnt a few times in the first game, but that's something you just have to adjust to. And letting him score at will like this, that's not gonna help.
No, you definitely need to make sure that you're either challenging the ball in the air or fighting for control off of the wall before he's able to get up and off. It's really going to give Zach a lot better of defensive positioning.
Yeah, there you go. You go for the kickoff, you get a chance like that.
There you go. If only there was maybe 12 boost in the tank, he might have been able to get that shot. What a great fake by Zach.
There you go, Zach.
Tying the game up 1-1 here.
Really good for him to just pick up the 12 pad and turn right away instead of going back for the side boost like a lot of other players would do. He got that drift turn, gets it over Ben and puts it away. We got a tied game.
We sure do. A little bit of a rookie mistake there from BENAUTUS, but I think we'll give him somewhat of the benefit of the doubt here with a nice double tap, but a great save from Zach. Could we be seeing potentially a shark moment?
Yeah, there you go. He baited Ben there for the done at the last second. I thought he was going to get punished for it, but he puts it in just in time. Ben only had a little bit of a hope to get back. All right, so I just told him he has to go for the kickoffs, and he just got a counter goal because he didn't. But I think in the long term, you still need to go for them. Ben's going to learn, adjust, and do some flicks now maybe, but Zach, to his credit, gets another defensive save and ball control here.
Very good adaptation from Zach. Going for somewhat of a dribble, but will lose control of the ball. BENAUTUS getting the shot on net. Zach unable to get back defensively, and the game will be tied up 2-2 here.
Zach overshot the ball a little bit on that dribble. Then he was kind of looking for a demo attempt on Ben, which to his credit would have worked. I would have given him a goal, but Ben just swerves to the right, gets around him, and open it the other way.
Nice and slowed approach here from BENAUTUS with a nice little tap up. No shot for Zach to get that ball. So he is already a bit too far forward.
Yeah, like I said, Ben was going to adjust to this no-go kickoffs and just puts it away. You give that man too much space, and he's gonna take it.
Exactly. I think at this point you'd expect Zach to start to come up in those kickoffs, and that he will. Nice 50, but it looks like BENAUTUS will be getting control of this ball here, grabbing the side boost. Zach really needs to stay up in the air to make sure that he doesn't get that goal, but he will.
Very well controlled by Ben. I mean, no mistakes here. Just air dribbles it away. A few extra twirls for style. Zach's only chance there is go up the back wall and just meet him in the air. Like you said, you gotta take away that space, and even if you're not confident in your ability to get up there, you just gotta go for it sometimes.
Exactly, and I think, given the circumstances from the first match here, you could say that you've got a little bit more liberty to go for what you want to go for. That was a decent attempt from Zach, and it looks like he will put it in his own net in the attempt to backflip that up and out, which is unfortunate.
Really hard to save. Like, you got to go fast because Ben's just waiting there on the goal line. And even if he does a touch that was going to bounce in eventually anyway. So
yeah, exactly. I think, you know, in my tenure, one for 10 on those in total. So definitely not an easy maneuver to pull off at any skill level. We've got Zach here with decent offensive positioning on BENAUTUS as he is able to zip into midfield to grab control of that ball. We'll go for an aerial, but it's going to go off the backboard, most likely giving control up to BENAUTUS, who will go for a freestyle in the air. Can Zach get back to save this ball? And he will.
Save. That was great. A great recovery by Zach. They were able to get back in time, take away the bottom corner of the net. Ben probably thought it was still open, to be honest. Got a little lackluster on it, going for the flip reset. But he is up by 3 with 3 minutes left, so Zach's still got quite a bit of work to do to come back. Here's the dribble.
Here. Good dribble, yeah.
Post. Ben closes the door, gets the counterattack the other way. 6-2.
I think the aggressiveness from Zach here is giving him a lot of great opportunities, but also shooting himself in the foot a little bit. When playing that aggressively, you give it a touch and then zip back and kind of get the lay of the land again before you maybe challenge that ball or go in for somewhat of a aerial to save.
Bit of a catch-22 there. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You really need to put on the pressure to make a comeback, right? So if you're not putting on all that you can, you're not going to make that difference up.
Very true. At that point, you're hoping that your opponent makes a few mistakes in their level of comfortability that they'll have with that lead. But 7-2 here with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left, and Zach will get a great kickoff win. Is he able to position for a shot?
Well, there you go.
And he will, beating BENAUTUS cleanly for a decent shot, making this game 1 goal less in advance for BENAUTUS. 7-3.
Ben almost gets back in time. Unfortunately, gets a wheel touch. Zach able to get there, puts it away. That was a great speed for them. Good recognition off the kickoff to find the open net.
Indeed. And we'll see kickoff win from BENAUTUS here. Maybe going for that nice little tap play that he had done so previously. And he will. Putting it directly in that far right corner where Zach is not able to get to, maybe without a bit of boost there. Looks like he was tracking it well, but would have had to have already have been there to make that save.
Up and over and away. Oh, Ben's playing at the kickoff, showing him how to do it. You don't just wait net, you go a little bit, make it look like you're going for the kickoff, and then you fall back and pick up the free ball. Up and over once again, another ground air dribble. Just pops it over Zach. Well done.
Couple wave dashes on the ceiling to celebrate. A little bit of a flex there.
Oh, there's the musty you were talking about. I'm not sure if that was a full musty though.
I think you need to get a little bit more underneath it. Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Decent kickoff here.
A lot of positives to take away from Zach. I mean, last game you failed to score a game. You gave up 12. You might be down 3-9, but hey, you got those 3 goals on your own merit.
Exactly. You do see that level of improvement maybe from adapting to your opponent's play style. Zach looking for a demo here, but unable to catch BENAUTUS. A little bit of a cheekier play.
You see him boosted in at full speed coming for you. I'm just like, nah, I'm good, fam.
Almost like when your little brother's tired of you using the Xbox and he thinks he can chase you down, but you're just faster than him.
An effective demo usually comes from the blind side, so they're not expecting it. Sometimes the ball goes up high and you can't see on the field, right? And you can catch them looking at the ground. But when you're just driving straight at the guy, you can just slide flip around it and no worse for wear.
Yeah, exactly. Decent defensive opportunity there for Zach, but was unable to get up in the air early enough to defend that freestyle goal from BENAUTUS. Yeah. And at this point, I think that we're looking at another win in the column here for BENAUTUS at 11-3 with only 1 minute and 48 seconds left.
Zach missed the corner boost, but he had the right idea going up in the air and taking that space away. Just wasn't able to get quite high enough, right? Ben trying to do fake. Zach, he saw that Zach jumped a little early for the challenge, but wasn't quite able to get underneath it. Gets the demo off and just puts it on the open net. That's the first demo I think we've seen this match.
If only there were more coming out from Zach, he might have had a larger chance of maybe having a much more even game. But like you had said, he got 3 goals of his own merit, beat BENAUTUS cleanly on those plays. If only we could get just a taste more of that from him, and we might have more of a competitive series here. But all of the control, all of the offensive pressure coming out from BENAUTUS so far.
That's a good save by Zach. But Ben's got the full boost in the corner. Zach doesn't have much in the tank. Ben just puts it over him again. Out of position, out of the play. Even the little bump on the wall there doesn't do anything.
Yeah, maybe if he would have flipped, it could have knocked Ben off the wall, giving a little bit of control back to Zach there. But unfortunately, unable to do so. We see a kickoff win. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
One thing Ben does really well is he takes note of how much time he has, how much time his opponent is giving him, and he takes full use of it. Like, he sees the space he has, he goes up in the air at the perfect moment just to put it by Zach. Nothing really he can do at this point.
I think that really boils down to not necessarily overall Rocket League experience either, but also 1v1 experience. Reading the field isn't necessarily from a game sense perspective as much as a skill as it is reading your individual opponent.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of players too, they're like, oh yeah, Rocket League tournament, let's go. But 1v1 is a different beast than 2v2, 3v3. You don't have your teammate to back you up. You really need to know what balls you can challenge, when you can challenge, how to take opportunities, offensive opportunities, and put them away. Because if you're just hitting the ball at the goalie and he gets a counterattack, you don't have a teammate to follow it up, right? You gotta
exactly.
You gotta make sure like the shots you're putting on are worthy.
Another goal for BENAUTUS there.
Yeah, it just comes in straight for the challenge. Saw that it's Zach's first touch, got a little away from him and beats him to it.
Unfortunate. And we'll say that rotation being one of the larger, game mechanics in a 3s or 2s game, with the lack of that, being left to your own devices is definitely something that players take a long time to get used to, as, maybe defensive or offensive positioning makes it a little bit easier when you do have that teammate to kind of swing back in and save your bacon from a misplay. But nothing here for that, and we will see the forfeit come out from Zach. 2-0 for BENAUTUS in this best of 7 series, sponsored by TD Insurance, Lenovo Esports, and Manulaife Financial. Are from SAIT as well. We've got the SAIT Trojan Esports Showcase Series with 2 of their own playing in this best of 7 today.
You think Ben's going to invite Zach to the Trojan Rocket League Club now after this?
I would say most definitely. Definitely moments of brilliance there, and every Rocket League player has room to improve. Sorry, whether that's mechanical skill, whether that's game sense. There's always room to improve in a game with literally an infinite skill ceiling. So I would definitely do that if I was BENAUTUS.
Maybe Ben will get a group of proteges, and we'll have a dominant Alberta college team going.
That would be exciting indeed. I would definitely head to LAN events, so if we had a locally sourced RLCS team, or maybe even in their college series. But we will see BENAUTUS get this first goal here at 4 minutes and 20 seconds with a decent double tap off the backboard here.
Zach just goes a little too far into the net. He could have stayed on the goal line and been in the way of that ball. But, that's all right. I think that's the longest it took Ben to score the first goal of the series. First goal of the game.
I would say that's correct.
But he gets another one right away to make up for it.
Easy tap in from the ball coming out of the corner off a egregious pinch off that kickoff. And unfortunate bounce for Zach there. 2-0, but I think if we see Zach maybe go for a bit more stoppage on these balls, maybe try to get the tires on it as opposed to hitting it on the nail.
When players start playing ones for the first time and they give up a lot of kickout goals, they get frustrated quite quickly because they're like, oh, it's so unlucky the ball just goes right into the net. How is it that I'm giving up 5 goals every game to kickoffs? This is bullshit. But no, kickoffs, especially in ones, is definitely a skill you need to learn and you need to adjust to your opponents. And there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it, whether or not you're going for the speed kickoff or just a normal kickoff, fast kickoff, slow kickoff, fake kickoffs. There's so many different ways you can use it. You gotta really study your opponents and adjust to them too.
Indeed, and I think with mechanical individual skill, kickoffs become more and more difficult as well. But we will see Zach get a decent touch off that kickoff, going for a bit of a fake aerial, but will give complete control up to BENAUTUS, who will just run this down straight into the back of Zach's net.
Yeah, doesn't leave himself a lot of boost off the kickoff. Unable to put the power behind that shot to put it away, and Ben just comes back, collects it, takes it home.
One thing that I will say about kickoffs in 1v1s is those who know how to get the fast kickoff, as they say, will generally get the most power off that kickoff and put themselves in a good position. Don't necessarily see BENAUTUS going for that method, but still winning these out handedly, as Zach is having to defensively position himself off almost every kickoff here.
Yeah, Ben does get to the kickoff first, so I don't think he's going necessarily for the speed flick, but diagonal flick gets there faster than just a straight front flip. And if you get to the ball first, you can control which direction you want it to go, and that's exactly what happens in these kickoffs. Ben, another, not even an air dribble, just a little toss off his head, puts it up and over. Really awkward to defend too, even, especially if you're facing the other way.
I think after the impressive repertoire of mechanical skills that we've seen out of BENAUTUS here, as a player who's playing against that, what do you prepare yourself for every single time that ball gets touched, right?
You just really have to throw yourself at the ball. Be like, this, if I don't challenge it, it's going to go in anyways. So if you can throw yourself, get a touch on the ball, maybe you can catch him going the other way.
You will attempt to do so on the wall there, but will fly away down towards the orange net. But it does look like he was able to get defensive positioning back, and he will go up for the save.
Close.
Will miss that backflip to save that ball. 6-0 here with half of our games, 3 here done.
Yeah, Zach had the right idea there, going off the back wall to get in the air without wasting his boost, but just didn't quite have the momentum. Zach puts it up and over, or sorry, Ben puts it up over Zach once again. And there you can see on the kickoff, Ben's just beating Zach to the ball by a full clogger length at that point. Just puts it around him into the corner and does his air dribble off the corner for the 4th time. I think he's done at least that specific shot.
Indeed, I think BENAUTUS maybe went a little bit easier on Zach in the second game there off the bat, but after getting scored on a few times, I think Ben's in the mindset where he's just no holds barred. He's going in. He's not playing nice anymore. It's full mind games and full control for that win.
He's got to make a clip show. I don't know what better way than to do it on the stream.
Upload it to his TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, this is what happens when you join an open bracket tournament. You get players of all skill levels playing, and it really is great to see. I used to play in the RLCS open tournaments, even back when I was a diamond, and inevitably you might win a couple rounds against silvers and bronze, but you're going to run into the grand champ team. You're going to run into the top 100 team, and this is exactly what happens. You're just going to get stomped, and it really is a learning experience, especially if you're going to be competing in these open tournaments at any level, really.
Yeah, it's a humbling experience indeed, and I think from certain perspectives, even in my own personal experience, getting stomped when something's on the line definitely gives you that kind of like, oh man, like I'm definitely not as good as I thought I was. So you go into the training modules on the workshop, or look up YouTube videos or watch Twitch streams of guys like Squishy or Scrubkilla, and you end up learning a lot, and those are things that you can implement in your over time, and practice to be a better player.
Absolutely, and watching the 1v1 streams, especially if you're playing ones, is one way to go about doing that. Johnny Boy, I'd absolutely recommend for his 1v1 show matches. He's a great caster and really puts a lot of insight into what the players are doing.
That is good to know. We've got our game here 9-0, unfortunately, with 1:30 left, and looks like, after this match, we may be seeing the end of this best-of-7 series already. What are your predictions there, Mike?
I think I see a reverse sweep coming. Let's go, Zach.
misplay off of the backboard there.
Oh, the own goal? See, this one wasn't intentional. I don't think Ben, or I don't think, yeah, Ben didn't mean to do that.
Looks like he
what a
was
great
just
play
trying
game
to
attack.
get the, yeah, that was just trying to get the ball cleared there. Intentionally turned into the outside of that ball to get the pinch off of the top of his vehicle or not, but we will have our
Oh, that was
game.
100%. That was a strategy all the way. No, this is a neat kickoff I've never seen before.
The
Goes
mind
super
games are in
wide.
full effect at this point with a nice flick from BENAUTUS. Straight disrespect. Look at that fake. Unbelievable.
I think Zach might have been fine if he didn't go for the corner boost there. That was a nice musty. There you go. We got the musty we wanted.
There we go. We get some musty flicks in the chat.
We had a question from Tide Digital in chat asking if there's any benefits to using the different cards in the game. And they do have different hitboxes, slightly different turning radiuses, but the base stats are the same. You're not going to have a faster card than another like you would in FIFA with the player skill and that sort of thing. And that's really nice to not have to worry about. There's no pay to win in Rocket League as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, the game is completely skill based. I mean, different hitboxes allow for different play styles. So if you are the type of player who likes to dribble the ball a lot, full control, even in situations where it's not a 1v1, you might go with the Batmobile, for instance, as I believe it does have the flattest hitbox in the game. I'm not sure if it does any more given all of these season pass vehicles that are coming out, but definitely your standards in professional play would be Dominus, Fennec, Octane. Those would be your kind of standard cars that you would see. And pretty much everything else other than that would be a total meme to use in a professional competitive setting.
I mean, even at the professional level, there are some pros that just use whatever card they feel like on that day. I forget the name of those who do, but there are a few of them, and they just throw whatever they're feeling like. So it's not like you're losing yourself a lot of an advantage going for something different. Like you said, using the Batmobile was very popular back in Season 2, Season 3 because of its longer hitbox. You can get really more powerful flicks on. Sometimes, depending on how you take your 50s, you do have to adjust for your car. Like if you have an Octane, you're a little bit of a taller hitbox. You got to keep your center of gravity low. Dominus is, however, very low to the ground, able to win the low 50s quite easily.
We did see decent shadowing on this play here from Zach. More about maybe how to defend on those slow plays there, but I will touch on your point and say that realistically, I think it boils down to a level of comfortability, right?
Absolutely. I've only played 3 different cars myself. I played the Batmobile actually for quite a long time, switched to the Dominus, and just recently switched to the new Rocket Pass car, the Remix. And I used as a hybrid hitbox, which isn't super common, but I think it's just whatever you're most comfortable with. It really is a placebo effect. Some people like switching it up if they're feeling like they're in a rut. Others just like sticking what they know with.
Definitely in the same boat there. Looks like we did see Zach quit out of the match here. Not sure if he's returning for the 4th match in this best of 7 series. We will see BENAUTUS just waiting out the clock here. Needs to touch the ball to get that timer going. 3-0 at the end of game 3 for BENAUTUS.
And like we were saying at the start, this is what happens when you play once. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating, and you just need a break. You can't handle it anymore.
Indeed.
Can we get word from our TO whether or not we know if Zach's just changing cars, or? All right, we're waiting to hear from that in the meantime, but sure.
So we've got ourselves a blowout from BENAUTUS here. I believe the skill disparity was, grand champion for BENAUTUS, and I believe we had Zach, aka Gecko, around, was it platinum gold-ish?
Platinum 2 and 3v3 is where he spent most of his games. 1v1 he was a gold 3, so a very disparaging skill gap. And it was good on him to put up the effort he did.
I think Zach was a good sport for most of it. I think most players in a competitive setting, when they would notice that skill gap there. We got a game crash coming out from Zach here, so it looks like he will be loading the game back up here for game 4 in this series. just waiting on the reconnect here. From a 1v1 perspective, I think you can take a lot away if you're Zach from this match. Even though you've got that skill disparity, we have seen improvements in Zach's mindset. The way that he's approaching this game has changed drastically. Instead of just zooming around at max speed, he's taking his time. He's trying to get inside the head of his opponent and read the plays a bit more accurately.
I like to see a few of those YOLO demos. That was fun. Just driving straight at Ben, maybe throw him a little bit off edge and make him play a little more aware.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to remake the lobby here, but that's all right. We're waiting for Zach to come back, anyways. Sure.
I think getting demoed like that when you're up so far ahead give you a good chuckle. It's if you can't score on me, you may as well kick me around a little. And I know I definitely got a couple chuckles out of some blowout games and ranked.
Assuming you're on the winning side.
Yeah, exactly. What's your experience been so far, Mike, with the in-game tournament system? Have you dipped your toes into that at all?
Oh yeah, it's a great improvement from when it first launched. I really like what they've done with it. Regularly scheduled tournaments hosted by Sonics. You got incentive to play them. You get your credits for winning, and you can even solo queue too. So you don't need to have your friends with you online if you wanted to play and grind, meet some more players.
So you can join that tournament as a solo player, and it will match you with a team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It pairs you with people similar to your own rank, at least ideally. Sometimes if you're solo queuing, you get paired with 2 players, then one of them is going to be a grand champion, and one of them might be a diamond. So you might have to make up for that. But for the most part, they do a great job of keeping the ranks similar, well balanced, and it's a lot of fun if you can make a deep run.
That is. Okay, looks like we might be having a substitute come in here in place of Zach, but we'll keep you posted on that. I am a fan of the reward system from the tournaments. I personally haven't won a tournament at champion level yet. As my personal friend group, not the most active players. We all used to play back in the day pre-COVID, but I think everybody's kind of fallen out of it. And while it is fun, you do definitely make it maybe past 1 or 2 matches, and then you get stomped right as the ladder gets a lot more competitive. But those rewards that you get are pretty decent. Some stuff that you pay $15-20 for points to unlock the blueprint for, you get straight up, which is a great system, a really great incentive to be a part of that tournament system. And I believe they have 3 every day.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I'm not remember exactly. 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I think, 3. So definitely check those out if you're looking to play a little more competitive without throwing your rank. Also, I'd highly recommend looking for leagues to join. I'm not sure if I can go ahead and recommend these, but I'm going to do it anyways. MLE is a 2v2 league. They're just starting a 3v3 as well. And it kind of works like an in-house, like a softball league would. Like you get drafted onto a team. You play the season with other players that you haven't met before, but you play, you build relationship with these players, you find new friends that play the game. Like you said, sometimes your in real life friends, they move on to other games and they lose interest in Rocket League, but really that's what's kept my Rocket League competitiveness alive, and it's really a lot of fun. So there's MLE, there's RSC, Rocket Soccer Confederation, United Rogue is another one off the top of my head, and there's at least another half a dozen others if you look out for them. So if you're looking to get a little more competitive without necessarily playing in these open tournaments where you're going to get stomped, they do a great job of keeping leagues separated by the ranks as well, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun indeed. Even back in the day, I think maybe the first or I believe it was the first or second year that Rocket League had come out. Me and a personal friend had joined the MLG kind of game battles, open ladders, and while there wasn't much on the line other than like $60 in credit for the MLG store, so you could get yourself a hoodie or a hat or something if you did win. That competitive nature, my first forays into competitive Rocket League, and while at the time I still had camera shake on, and I think my car was about half the size of my screen, still had a lot of fun, and it was a very competitive environment. Over 50 to 60 teams were registering each season, and we ended up doing decent for ourselves in the second season. But like I said, you come across that first seed, and you really notice that skill gap as soon as you realize it's 5-0 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and not for the future.
Yeah, that was always really fun too with playing the open tournaments. Is like you don't get a chance to play those high level players outside in ranked, right? Because you don't get matched for them. So you join these, you join these tournaments, you play against these higher level players, and you really show what can be achieved in the game. And like for Zach, he probably didn't see anyone do a set before today, unless he was watching streams or highlight reels and that sort of thing. So like really seeing it in game, showing where you need to improve. It's really a learning stone.
Yeah, humbling experience for sure. And I think what's interesting is generally speaking, before the Psionics bear hug takeover, we did see the rank system kind of exist in not necessarily a static state, but I would notice that every season, I think the highest that you could place was around champion 2, maybe like low champion 3. I don't think you could actually place GC or not. You would have to climb back up to that rank, but I think with the acquisition and them kind of restarting these competitive seasons with new banners, last season we see season 1 grand champions now in red as opposed to those who played in the Psionics era competitive seasons. Have you seen a shift in the skill at different ranks? Because I've noticed that even in champion 2, like high champion 2, maybe low champion 3, a lot of grand champions who were a part of those pre-Psionics competitive seasons, whereas most of the season 1 GCs are actually back at that level now.
Yeah, there was definitely a bit of rank inflation that was taken care of once they reset from season 14 back to season 1 S1 for the Epic relaunch. And myself, I hit 1650 MMR in 2s and 3s, which is a grand champion, but before there was only one grand champion level, so it was near the bottom of grand champ, maybe like 100 MMR above that. And this season 2 now, I'm struggling to keep it basically grand champ, depending on who I play with. So there's definitely a shift downwards, and now you have grand champ 1, grand champ 2, grand champ 3, SSL. So there's a lot more competition in those higher levels, and a little bit of flattening down too. So when the higher level players get shot down, they bump the players underneath them down further, who then beat up on the diamonds, and everyone's like, oh, it's so hard now. But really gives you that new sense of competitiveness too. You want to keep up, you don't want to get passed up either, and you want to get back to the level where you were at before.
Totally. And I think there was a level of staleness there in the ranks, especially at Grand Champion, before they introduced a tier system to that, and then introduced the SSL rank for kind of your top 100, I believe it is. It's the top 100 players who hold that rank, or is it a certain MMR threshold?
It is an MMR threshold, so it's not necessarily top 100. And even in some of the extra modes like hoops or drop shot, there isn't even 100 SSL players. So there's, I think last season in drop shot, there's only 40 or 50 players who got to an SSL level, a Supersonic Legend SSL. Yeah, so it's definitely not easy to achieve. I think the easiest was in a Rumble, and they actually increased it because too many people got it. So if you were trying to do that, good luck.
Definitely seeing a lot of players with the season 1 RNG champ, or even from the I can't remember what it's called, the hockey, where they have the ice map. A lot of Frozen something Wizards. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Blizzard Wizard for Grand Champion and Ice Titan for SSL.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely a lot of Blizzard Wizards. Definitely a lot of RNG champs. Rarely would I.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, rarely do you see an actual season 1 Grand Champion. It's sitting around that champion 2, champion 3. But it does look like we've got ourselves another player kicking off a fresh best of 5 series against BENAUTUS. We've got, we'll do a best of 3, sorry. We've got Tough as Nails 002 going up against BENAUTUS for a quick best of 3 series after that unfortunate client crash.
Let's see what we can do. We got BENAUTUS loading up in the Ford F-150 now. gets a fake early, puts really young.
Definitely not product placement. More of a flex, I think, in this case.
Well, who is it? We got Tough as Nails.
Tough as nails. Going in for a very quick challenge on BENAUTUS, but Ben just spotting that out and slowing the ball up, letting him fly right past him. And good kickoff here from Tough as Nails, going in for somewhat of a control off the wall, but Ben just taking advantage of the misplay there. Looks like he's going to pot that in 2-0. In the first 20 seconds, in this best of 3.
Yeah, Tough was trying to keep control of it on the sidewall there. Unfortunately, his touch popped a little too high, and Ben just able to take it away.
Maybe we'll see Tough as Nails put a little bit more pressure on BENAUTUS. We've got a decent kickoff here from Ben. Maybe good defensive positioning from Tough as Nails, but he will own goal that, unfortunately.
Well, that was going in either way. Just a little hard to get back in time. Those kickouts that go straight in the net are really, really quite unfortunate. It really hurts you when they do happen.
I think he got a decent touch on it as well. Maybe going for just a quick bounce off that post there, but unable to get there.
Another kickoff win for BENAUTUS, who gets the side boost and control. Tough, unable to land, unfortunately. Another open net for Ben.
Looked like almost something similar to a bit of a wave dash there, but maybe not all the way. As Tough as Nails going for, looks like he was going for the boost there instead of playing more defensively in his own net. And in the first 30 seconds, we've already got BENAUTUS up 4-0.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you have a touch on the ball first, play it safely into the corner before you get the boost. Ben taking control of the ball, now realizing maybe he can continue his old antics. Puts it up in the air, going for an air dribble, gets there 50%. Tough, though. He saw the first 3 matches. He's not going to let that happen.
Indeed. Really good aerial challenge there on that freestyle, but maybe getting a little bit beat out here.
Yeah, just cut out of position, not realizing how much power you can get from those flips off the ceiling. I was expecting that one to come down on the ground a little bit sooner.
The angle that Ben got on it was a bit less kind of shanked towards the ground and got a really decent amount of loft off of that hit, even though he didn't generate a lot of power off of the wall.
Tough realizing now that maybe those first 3 games weren't quite a fluke.
Got a decent touch there, but Tough staying with the ball, defensively shadowing that little tap down. And Ben going for not defensive chance, but good challenge there from Tough. Tough will wait it out. Heads back towards his net to protect against this offensive opportunity, and he will be able to get the save.
That's one of the problems you find when you're trying to dribble the ball is it takes up so much of your screen you can't really tell your opponent is hiding. So he's trying to put the ball to the side so he can get a look around it, and unfortunately lost control.
It's a good offensive opportunity there from Tough as Nails, but he was unable to capitalize it on, unfortunately. Let's see if he's able to stay on top of this guy, and he will get beat out, but looks like he's going to have a chance here to put this down midfield.
Not quite enough power on that shot. Ben able to get back in time. He takes control of it once again. Goes for an early flick. He saw Tough was kind of sneaking in there and does catch him off guard from it.
Good goal by BENAUTUS there, I think. You know, this matchup is definitely requiring him to dip a little deeper into that skill set, you know, choosing which weapon to use at which time as opposed to freestyling 90% of the time he is got control of the ball. So a little bit more of a competitive matchup here, even though we've got our score at 6-0.
I do like seeing Tough going for all the kickoffs. That is a slight improvement. Just another unfortunate touch there. Like you realize you're not passing to anyone, so you can't just hit it off the back wall and line it up for your teammate. You got to keep control of it at all times. And Ben once again just immediately punishes, takes it up the wall, gets a nice little flip reset off the ceiling, and puts it away.
Indeed, I think, you know, defending against that flip reset is one of the tougher things to do, and that is why it is one of the most popular ways to score, not only in 1v1s, but also in 2s and 3s. You see it attempted very, very often now, as it is kind of the go-to mechanic that people use when given the time to attempt it.
Yeah, absolutely. The dangerous aspect about it is, like, usually when you jump, you have a limited time to use your second flip, so you can know when to expect the flip coming up from your opponent. But when you get the flip reset either off the ceiling by falling off of it, or by resetting your wheels on the ball, you can save that flip indefinitely. So you can use it at your will. Just wait for your opponent to put himself out of position, or if he jumps too early, then you just wait it out and let the ball go underneath him. And that's what really makes it such a dangerous weapon.
Mm-hmm. We got a decent kickoff here from BENAUTUS, who will just wait this one out. Tough as nails. Good positioning on that 50. Looks like he will try to get a pinch out of the corner, but it's going to set it right in front of the net for BENAUTUS.
Fake.
Great fake, but it looks like it is going to go off the post here. Misplay from BENAUTUS. Not like that's putting him in any danger of losing this match at this point. But we will get the first goal by Tough as Nails at the 1 minute 52 second mark. And that was just a clean beat based on, the pressure. Just offensive pressure coming out of that corner there.
Yeah, Ben running out of boost, and the Tough had all the boost he needed. Able to put it on right away. Didn't struggle with that. Found the open net.
We'll get positioning here from Tough as Nails as he tries to go off of the wall with it, but we'll just give it straight up to BENAUTUS. And a great save. Great save, taking advantage of the overconfidence there from BENAUTUS. But it looks like he will be able to put this one away with a nice little touch in the air.
I think Ben was looking at his phone maybe for a second there. Oh, hold on, I got to score this goal. Let me take that back.
A little bit of go from Tough as Nails. Definitely with a goal scored and, the determination of staying in it. This man is no quitter by any means. He is in it to win it.
Yeah, just trying to see how close he can keep it. And it's a good practice for the tournament, right? This is just to show how much it has no effect on the bracket. And if you too want to play against Ben and other players, go ahead and hit !bracket in the chat, and I'll give you a link to register. And you too can show what you've got.
Yeah, for those interested in a tournament coming up in about a month here, you can go and register, and it's over the course of about a month. Finals being on the weekend of the 27th and 28th of March, I believe. So give it a shot. Professional or even competitive gaming, if you haven't gone into it before. Definitely a great experience. Heart pumping, levels of despair, levels of joy. If you haven't done it before, I highly recommend it.
Definitely. See how far you can push yourself. Well, it's off for the kickoff. Here's another opportunity.
No boost in the tank, but so Ben will be able to get back there.
Long distance air dribble coming from his own half, going for the double touch. Unable to get it. Counterattack by Tough, maybe? Unable to get there.
One of the most important things to get down as a Rocket League player, I think, is being able to land on your tires and hold down that power slide button to make sure that you slide into your next kind of movement across the map. I think if he would have gotten there with that, definitely would have been able to make a play. But yeah, really, really good defensive positioning here from Tough as Nails. Really sticking with the ball here.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the harder skills to learn when you're first starting. Is you'll notice you're bouncing around after you make a flip, and you don't know why. Like, why can't my car just recover? You got to realize it doesn't happen automatically. Just because you're on the ground, you gotta rotate your car. You have to use your air roll, recover quickly, and that absolutely is a skill that gives you an advantage in any game mode.
Yeah, I think in general, you could equate to movement in, let's say, an FPS. Where if you are in a bad spot, you're low health, you're low boost, whatever. Being able to utilize the game's own physics and momentum to help you get to where you need to go faster in Rocket League is super important. So definitely one of the most important skills. We will see a car switch up here from BENAUTUS to the what is that? The Merc.
Classic Merc, yeah. At this point, just really showing that you can use whatever car you like. And it gives you a higher hitbox. We'll see how we can take advantage of it.
Personally, I'm just glad it's not the Fortnite bus. I would take the Merc over that any day, but really good defensive positioning there by Tough as Nails, as he will be able to keep the ball out of his own net. Whereas Tough as Nails now has gone with the Ford F-150, so maybe a little bit of a power shift here.
Yeah, you got all that horsepower now for Tough, and we'll see if they get put to good use.
BENAUTUS just bullying Tough as Nails there with no boost, either bumping him out of the way or just kind of getting better positioning on the ball. But will miss that shot towards the net as Tough as Nails tries to get a position towards BENAUTUS' net. And we'll try to get a pinch off here, but it just comes straight down for BENAUTUS.
Yeah, Tough is doing a great job of staying in it, keeping himself behind the ball, able to get 50 on it, and right here he gets a goal because of it.
That was just pure hard work and determination, I think. Stuck with it. BENAUTUS, no boost, unable to get back fast enough. And Tough as Nails will capitalize to get the first goal of the game. 3 minutes and 53 seconds here in this best-of-3 series.
We got a kickoff win for BENAUTUS, straight into the corner. A little hard this time for him to get it right away. He has to back up a little bit here, but he'll have room. Set up an air dribble. Nope, he just puts a shot on. Realizes Tough was a bit out of position to make that challenge and puts it over him.
Yeah, great ball control there from BENAUTUS. Just utilizing the ball rolling back towards him to get a nice touch up without too much effort. And we'll pot that one in to tie the game up.
Let's see if Tough can keep up the pressure and keep this one close.
That would be enjoyable to watch. A decent 50 here off the kickoff. And BENAUTUS, or my apologies, Tough as Nails will go up the wall here. Offensive positioning on that shot was not the greatest. He will give that up.
Oh, what a save.
But he will be able to make a save, just putting the ball off of the post there.
Going for the doomsday is Ben, but if the spin on the ball is going to put it in, Tough able to get behind it and keep it out.
And good challenge there from BENAUTUS, taking advantage of the lack of the egregious amount of distance between the ball and Tough as Nails there, as he will be able to pot that one in to get up 1 goal on this matchup.
That was a really clean and really efficient control of the ball by Ben there. You saw just with 2 quick touches, back the other way, puts it back in target. Sometimes you don't need to show off, you just need to be clean and efficient. Another kickoff goal for Ben. It really shows that you gotta keep your kickoffs intact.
Yeah, in 1v1s, that's got to be one of the most important things, because that's it's going to dictate who's got control. But in the event that you get sent flying off of that kickoff in a direction nowhere you want to be, you're not getting back in net before that ball goes in. But Tough as Nails with a good kickoff here, going to probably be able to pot this one in. He will be able to do so. Really good kickoff from Tough as Nails to come out and challenge BENAUTUS like that.
Yeah, and for those of you looking to improve your kickoffs, definitely there's a bunch of resources on YouTube. The biggest thing I can tell you right now is you just want to stay dead center of the ball. Keep your momentum going forward. Keep it low and center. And keep an eye on how your opponent's doing it too. Like if you can counter which way they're trying to center it, you can often stay behind and stay close to the ball so you can get that first touch after the kickoff.
Indeed, and I also feel like sometimes even keeping just a little bit of boost in the tank right before the ball gets hit gives that extra oomph to make sure that if your opponent is looking to challenge your own angle, it ends up coming out as a 50 off the side most of the time. But we'll see BENAUTUS go for a flex goal, just sliding in off of the top of his vehicle to get up 2 goals in this second game here.
Yeah, Tough put himself out of position, trying to make a quick touch on the wall, looking for a wall pinch. But unable to make solid contact with it, gives the Ben the open net the other way. But this one's still close. 2-goal difference, 2 minutes 30 left in the game. Tough can make the comeback here.
I have full confidence that he's able to, play patiently and force Ben to make some mistakes. I don't think BENAUTUS has been challenged a whole lot in this night of Rocket League games, and maybe has just kind of gotten a bit soft. Whereas Tough as Nails is determined to win. You can see him challenging the ball at every opportunity, taking advantage of those misplays. So hopefully we see some more of that coming up.
You can see Ben isn't quite as comfortable playing in the murk. He isn't going quite as many long distance air dribbles, and unfortunately, Tough unable to get around that enough to keep that out.
Yeah, I think the shadowing there was a good idea, but I think he had to attack that ball in that corner just a little bit more to push it out instead of it being able to come back up and over. And to touch on your point with those freestyles there, I don't think I've ever seen anybody be extremely successful freestyling with a Merc before.
Oh, there's a few of them out there. It can be done. And I think Ben's going to show us right here. Many spins, but he does get the nope, doesn't get the flipper set. A little bit of a longer hitbox, so it's harder to get the flipper sets as cleanly.
Yeah, I think you need to touch all 4 tires to get that reset, and I'm not sure if it's possible.
Oh, it's definitely possible. Just not easy. I mean, it's not easy in any car. Ben's just making it look easy today.
Fair enough.
Like I've got 5,000 hours in the game. I can't consistently get a flipper set. I'm happy if I do it like once a week maybe, and that doesn't even count the ball going in the net. I'm just happy if I get the free set.
Exactly.
Just
one of the toughest mechanics in the game, from what I understand, and BENAUTUS definitely doing his best to show that he's got that mechanic down pat.
What an absurd angle he came off there. He just falls off the ceiling, goes straight to the near post, and manages to get it around not only the post but also top as well.
Mm-hmm. A decent kickoff win here for Tough as Nails, but it looks like he'll be unable to get to the ball fast enough to get a shot on net.
Yeah, he just
coming down.
He didn't position himself well for the read off the wall there. He was trying to pick up boost, but Ben in the meantime just went and calmly picked up the side boost, went back and got position on the ball.
BENAUTUS will tap one in here. Up 5 goals with 46 seconds left. You can see him starting to take over this game. Is maybe not sure if it was a not lack of confidence, but kind of a softer mindset going into this game allowed it to be a lot closer than it should have been, as we see him take over complete control of the last half of this match.
Yeah, a lot of these goals weren't nearly as pretty as some in the first few matches. Really, they're a result of good positioning, good 50s, and realistically, what a lot of the goals are going to look like in your normal 1v1 match. You're not going to see a lot of aerials from half court. Right?
We'll see a lot of goals that would be the equivalent to, let's say, meat and potatoes instead of 5-course meal. But yeah, we've got BENAUTUS pretty much sealing the win here for the second game in this best of 3 series. We'll see if we've got any last gumption from Tough as Nails as this game comes to a close. I'd love to see a demo into a goal.
Well, another ground to air dribble for Ben. Puts it up, puts it over. Tough having a hard time finding when to challenge him. He gets the boost and he puts himself in position, but he just takes off a little too slowly and tries to adjust. Unable to do so.
Yeah, in this case, I'm not sure if you wish to be playing closer to somebody who can pop the ball like that up on you, or if you sit back, right? Especially if there is that gap in skill, as we've seen before. That lack of experience or maybe skill will kind of make it difficult to read. But BENAUTUS going for the BM, went for the demo roll-in play, but Tough reading that and not allowing that disrespect to occur.
Well, there you have it. Ben, the undefeated champion of the world, takes the 5 games without breaking a sweat, really. But I really want to thank Tough as Nails for coming in and filling in for Zach after his game crashed. It's really hard to come in without the warm-up and able to put on the effort that he did.
Indeed, I think that was a good showing from all 3 players involved in today's matches in this showcase series that we've got. The Trojan Esports showcase series, to be exact, sponsored by TD Insurance, Lenovo Esports, and Manulaife Financial, hosted by the AESA. So I think that will wrap up the games that we have for you here today. This showcase series just kind of hyping up then the tournament we've got going on over the next month here. What are your thoughts and predictions? Will we see BENAUTUS make it deep in this bracket?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just because he got some easy wins today doesn't mean he's going to get easy wins in the bracket. But the skill that he showed today definitely shows he's one of the competitors to look out for. And he'll bring it home. Well, I won't say he's going to win it, but we'll see who else shows up to the party. Hopefully, we can get that done.
Yeah, I think, achieving a grand champion after you said with that rank inflation kind of getting figured out a little bit, definitely a merit on its own. It wasn't like, impressive. Back in the day where people are like, man, you're not even GC, like you're trash at the game. Now it's, like even if you're SSL, people are like, I don't want to play against you. Like even if you're GC1, like you're gonna have you're going to have a chance, but you're going up against the highest echelon of players, whereas I think the skill disparity between those two ranks might even be a bit larger than people would imagine.
Yeah, looking at my stats here, Champ 3 and 1v1 is top 1.2%. So Grand Champ's even higher than that. You're looking at the top 1% of 1v1 Rocket League players.
That's incredible. Just to see how far this game has come over the past, I think, 5 years or 4 years or so that it's been released. I remember sitting in my garage checking PlayStation games for gold, and I'm like, hey, Rocket League, what's this? And 4.5 years later or so, here we are. But that's going to be... BENAUTUS says he's GC1 Div 4 in 1v1s right now.
Yeah,
so,
that shows for sure. It's going to be top 0.5 maybe even.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be all from us here today on the Trojan Esports Showcase Series. I have been Austin Mad Kazbad Osborne.
Mike is my Ike.
Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you in about a month or so.
Take care.